All right. Another thing that I want to talk about is leadership. So, as a young person, when you're in a kind of position where you have to lead or task are being given, I think it can be tempting to want to relax and say, oh, this other person is going to do it, that other person is going to do it. Nope. I know it can be quite scary because you're scared of making a mistake. I used to be like, oh, okay, hey, Mayums, behave yourself. Oh, don't want to make a mistake. But I believe that failures are part of. I also think whoever you're learning from should be able to give you that opportunity to fail. I know we all want things perfect, but we should give room for failure. Oh, you didn't do it right. Or maybe next time this is what you're going to do. But I feel and I believe young people, you shouldn't be scared. I'm not saying you don't copycat what your leader. Oh, Dr. Wales does it like this. So that's no. I want to see how you are able to do your leadership, how you're able to do your task, how you're able the techniques you use. I want to know how you are able to handle or juggle things. I want to learn. So again, that's why there's space for leadership. It's not for you to say you want to copycat me, because the way I'm doing things, it may not be the way you want to do something. Be like, Doc's way is very hard, or Doc's way, I will tweak it like this. That's the conversation. Not that you want to copycat me, or because if you copycat me, that's all of us are doing the same thing. It'd be boring. I want to know, I want to learn. That's why there are different styles of doing things. Why did it work for you the way it worked for you? Why did you take that approach? What made you take that approach? Why did you decide that? So those are the things what when I give young people opportunities and I say go and do it like this, I am wanting to learn from you. I'm learning from people like my father, how they are handling leadership. I'm learning from, big aunties, big sisters, how they are handling their stuff. There's an elder sister of mine who she wouldn't do things publicly. She prefers to just be going and be doing her things. And at first I used to be like, why aren't you coming out to talk about the things you do? You're doing so much in the community. But she would say, no way else, I don't, that's not what God, it's a lot of distraction, it's a lot of, and I can understand as I'm growing older and I'm doing some of the things that she does, I am then like, okay, I see where you come from. And I could also understand why maybe my father would make a decision regarding some work he's doing. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just do it like this? Why would you just do it like that? And he was like, oh, I mean, to be so they do because I am learning as well. So I would do it differently from my father. But again, I will still go back and why did you do it like this? Why did you come back and do it like this? So that's where leadership comes. So it's interesting to watch those young people who are leading on projects right now in Ulisanara community, and I'm seeing them how they are handling their stuffs, how they're taking ownership and leading in. There's that sense of fear, but I keep telling them that you know what, if you don't act, if you don't come out in boldness, your leadership will slip through the tracks, and that's where you start seeing that you're failing. But they think maybe Dr. Else is scaring them, or maybe, oh my god, that's not what I want to see how you can handle it. What would you do differently? Because I don't have all the answers. I cannot have all the answers, and that's where I'm learning. That's where I am learning, and wanting to grow, because in my own lens I have a lot of blind spots, and I want to make sure that my blind spots, they don't affect me, like they don't hinder my growth. So yeah, if you're a young person, try to take the bull by the horn. I'm sure some people like that. Don't do that, don't say that. Yeah. Let's give room. Let's talk about why did you fail? What do you think made this? And what would make it even better? A lot of you are hiding, and that's why I don't blame the people who take the bull by the horn and have no clue what they are doing. It's like the politicians, when you see them, you're like, what on earth are you doing? But you understand this stuff, you're shining. Although I won't play Nigerian politics, I just feel it compromised too much. I'll not be, I won't run for office, but I would play policies in a different light, and I guess I'm doing that already with interventions I do, and see, this is what works and this is what doesn't work and all sorts like that. But yeah, because you know how my work is going. It's going. Okay, all right. So yeah, don't get shy. Don't get don't go and start feeling like, oh my days, I'm not supposed to do this, I'm not supposed to do that, or I'm not fit for leadership. Who told you that you're not fit for? Even David at 17, who told him he was? So I think maybe when we give tasks to young people and they feel like I'm not there, I think leadership is a very interesting journey. Just look at David, for example. He was anointed at 17, but then he didn't become king until he was 30. So that's a whole 13 years. And in my journey, I'll give an example. So my father, when I graduated from medical school, my father made me a complimentary card, and he put in Dr. Ushawaimi Erikoa, and he wrote director of programs. Clueless me, who dashed me director, who sabi me and all of that. But I can tell you that as the years have gone by and by, it's now almost 15 years, although they're about 15 years. I have grown into that. I have navigated, I have gone a whole lot. I have done some things, I've failed. In many ways, I've succeeded in some things. So I have my wins, my losses, my frustrations. And yeah, when you say, what do you do as a director? Now I can tell you, yeah, but I grew into that position. It didn't mean that, I have not attained. So attain director status took a lot of time to understand, to run away, to come back, to say, no. I not be director, no, leave me for where I did. So when you are being given a task or something, you are meant to grow. There's going to be a lot of tribulations. It's big shoes to fill, but the person who has given you that opportunity, the person has a foresight. And in hindsight, it's going to see, this is why I gave it to you. And when it's time to move on to the next stage, the person would know. And that's the beauty of mentorship. That's the beauty of coaching. That's the beauty of leadership. So when, for example, you're being given an opportunity, don't say, this thing is too big, or you now misuse it, or there are two ways to do it. You can be like David, who journeyed on and on and on, and still got the became crowned king, and one of Israel's most beautiful kings. God said he's a man after his heart, and we all quote David, the Psalms and all of that. And also, you might lose it, you might lose it if you do not know how to go about things. You might lose it. You might, everything just scatter in your hand, and that's not what we want. So that's why I think that there should be mentors, long-term mentors, people you go talk to, have that conversation with, learn from, and don't just assume, and don't let pride get into you, and then you misuse the office because someone else, you're still going to do a multiplier effect. Maybe what I'm saying does not make sense, but what I'm saying is, don't get scared. You don't have to run for office to be a leader. I keep saying that all the time, but it is what it is. I can see policies in health, and then what? These your policies are not making sense. I can see policies about young people. I can see policies about children. I can see policies about health centers and food, and I'm like, that's not right. That's not going to work. or who's going to implement it? Especially because we have a lot of implementation gap. If you look at all the policies in the world, there are policies, lovely policies. Also, some of them we need to scrap them. But oh, we need people who would do the work. People who would do the work. So I am encouraging you as a young leader, and I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I know people say, "Oh, yes, you're shading us." I'm not shading you. I wish I could shade you all, but all of us did this matter together. You know, yeah, in one way or the other, you are very valuable. Don't see yourself as not valuable. You are very valuable. In fact, you are very important to how society runs, what you do, what you shape. I want better policies. I want better policies. I want better policies for aging people. I want better policies when it comes to homelessness. Don't mind me, I'm talking about homelessness a lot because I don't know what my town is doing. Just doing nonsense. But it is what it is, so it is the but no, that's the problem. I cannot just say it's the politicians because they've got no clue. Can't you research? Can't you go and do findings for yeesh, these people. Oh Lord, save us. Yeah, that's it.